Right, let's go on to Ashley's favourite topic. Will there be peace in Gaza? I just want to show a few images just to wind Ashley up. Firstly, Trump, who brought about the peace deal, where he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers," and America's fulfilling our destiny as a peacemaker. I don't think I've got any others to wind you up, Ashley. Oh, we will talk about, is Trump going to go to heaven, but we'll come back to that. Just talk about the Middle East, Ashley. Do you think there will be a peace deal, or are we all dreaming?
We're all dreaming. And let's be clear, this is a ceasefire. And credit to Trump for and he was the primary.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry,
but it was just a ceasefire.
I'm just noting the date and time.
It was, in fairness to him, it could never have been more than a ceasefire, because had he attempted to move beyond that to disarmament of Hamas and, dare I say it, some sort of peace deal, that would never have flown. The reason it wouldn't have flown is Hamas, by their very nature and by their own admission, have no interest in peace. They've made that very clear. Their motive, their remit, their entire rationale for existence is not just the elimination of Israel, but the killing, the death of every Jew on the face of the planet. They've made that very clear. That hasn't changed. Nothing's going to change about that. And the situation's not going to be any different as a result of this current ceasefire. So this will break down at some stage. But just to put that in some perspective, because it's not just Hamas, it's the entire Palestinian movement, including the Palestinian Authority. Every time there has been a peace deal put to the Palestinians, whoever their leadership were at the time, they have rejected it. Let me just give you an indication now of how often that's happened, Bob. It happened in 1937 with the Peel Commission. The Palestinians walked away. 1947 with the UN Petition Plan, the 1967 Khartoum Summit, the 1991 Madrid Conference, the 2001 Arab Summit, the 2005 disengagement from Gaza by Israel, the 2007 Annapolis Conference, the 2008 Realignment Plan, the 2010 Joint Peace Talks, the 2013 joint peace talks, the 2019 Bahrain workshop, and the 2020 Trump peace plan. Every single time Israel signed up, said, "Yep, we're in, we'll take part in those peace negotiations," and the Palestinians walked away. They have no interest in peace. This will be no different.
So why did they sign the peace deal, and why did they give back hostages? What's their motive?
Well, they didn't sign a peace deal. They signed a ceasefire. And the reason they did that was because they were under enormous pressure from their primary funder, Qatar, who were under enormous pressure from Trump. So this was situational based on these circumstances. It was a one-off. This thing will break down. They'll be fighting again within 2 weeks.
Okay. Arte, do you think we have peace, or is it going to break down?
It's already broken down. And, just as Ashley said, all credit to Trump. I don't think it would have happened without him to bring the 20 alive hostages home. So, so happy about that, and they're celebrating. Of course, no one trusted Hamas. They signed the ceasefire under pressure, as Ashley have said, but they've already broken. I mean, they haven't released the deceased, the ones that they have murdered. I think there's 5 that has come home. So there's not going to be any peace. And for the reasons that Ashley have said, they just want to kill Jews. They want to annihilate Israel. And this has been going on for many, many years. The anti-Semitism is dark and it's evil. And, Jews are just being killed for being Jews, nothing else. I mean, you don't do that to any other people, but, so that's the problem. I went last Thursday to to the commemoration, the memorial service of the 7th October here in Wellington. Ashley was there, spoke really well. And it was just so sad that our Jewish communities throughout this nation are vilified. And, it's just terrible. And I think I'll just encourage, I think for our young people, families we need to talk about it. We need to expose the lies, because our universities are absolutely poisoning the minds of our young people to hate Jews and just have joined these marches with not understanding what they're screaming about. But now they're not shouting about anything. Where are the shouters? So I think that's our responsibility in this nation to talk about it, and especially for our young people, and explain to them that it's not right that Jews are just killed for being Jews.
Okay, Susie, do you think we can get peace in Gaza?
No. They're already shooting people on the streets. They're monsters. And there's not a peep from the left about it. It just shows the virtue signalling hypocrisy of it all. I think whole No Kings protest at the moment in America.
Got to do
They had-
something.
Oh yeah, but they had people there with like no Israel, and just spreading more lies about how Israel's killing children. It's just utter trash, and anti-Semitism is rampant.
Getting worse.
It's a shocker.
Yeah.
But no, there will not be peace. But yay,
okay.
Trump. Good on
Yep.
him.
Okay, Simon, you have been involved in foreign affairs. Surely if the Arab countries are putting pressure on Palestine and on Hamas, isn't there some possibility of change?
No, unfortunately, no. They're definitely putting pressure on. Ashley's right. It's American pressure on the Qataris, who in turn are putting pressure on Hamas. There's still Iran in the equation. They're not part of this peace deal. And Hamas themselves have said in the last 12 hours, some of their spokespeople, they just want a breather. I mean, they didn't say it in English, but they just want a breather. And that's what they're obtaining at the moment, but they want to return to their goal. People need to understand, as I'm hopefully most are who are watching this, Hamas is a death cult, and particularly death of Jews, and they're not going to stop. And they're breaking the ceasefire already, obviously attacking Israeli positions, both, probably to try and provoke to get the outrage, which already, the left are returning to. They've already executed hundreds of their own citizens. And I want to use the word complicity of left-wing politicians and media here in New Zealand, which are basically saying nothing, as Gazans, Hamas Gazans, are killing other Gazans. And so it's just going to be an ongoing problem. Look, Trump should take some credit for this, but his ego is huge. And so calling himself a peacemaker and so forth, he's sort of echoing Richard Nixon, actually. It's premature, very, very premature. What will be interesting from here is, will Hamas's excesses only now be confronted by Israel, or will we actually see some American intervention? And will America demand that actually some of the Arab countries get involved? I think it's highly, highly unlikely. But I just think we'll probably see within a week almost a full resumption of fighting.
Yeah.
I'm sad to say.
Actually, it did remind me of, do you remember George W. Bush standing on the aircraft carrier after the statue had been toppled in Baghdad, declaring victory over Iraq? And really, that was actually the start of the whole deterioration.